I really like my nails. Look at that. Ooh, gold and purple. We are going to be talking about Kill the Boy Band by Goldy Moldavsky. I hope I said that right. Probably didn't. Kill the Boy Band is this book about 4 girls who are fangirls of this band called the Ruperts. And the Ruperts are this band where it's kind of like One Direction, where they were all on some like singing or talent show thing, and they were all named Rupert, so someone decided to like put them together and make the Ruperts. I don't know. It was something like that. They've been longtime fans of the Ruperts, and when I say that they're longtime fans, I mean like they're hardcore fans. You die, I die type fans, like kiss me, like hardcore fans. So they find out that the Ruperts are going to be staying at a certain hotel where they're hosting a concert, and they decide to get a room in the hotel because they weren't able to get tickets for the concert, so they thought maybe if they got a room in the hotel they'll be able to like run into the Ruperts and meet them and have like their dream fantasy with the guys that they love the most. And so things are going according to plan. They're in their hotel, you know, having fun and whatnot, until one of the girls kind of accidentally kidnaps one of the band members. And basically the book is just picking up from the beginning of their entire adventure, from kidnapping a band member all the way to all the things that happen next. And I can't tell you the things that happen next because this is a spoiler-free review, but just know it's pretty good. And they weren't planning on this. They weren't planning on the things that end up happening, but they happen, and oh boy do they happen. So now going into the things about this book that I extremely love. First thing is the narration. Oh my god, I love when books are like this, when they're contemporaries and they're like this, where they essentially break the fourth wall. If you don't know, the fourth wall is that kind of dividing wall between fantasy and reality, between the reader and the characters in the story. And the main character, who is the narrator of the entire story, is very good at breaking the fourth wall. And it's to the point where she's like, so you didn't think that I would do this? But reader, that's exactly what I did. And I loved it so much. I don't know why, but whenever characters break the fourth wall, it's always just really fun for me, because it's kind of like you get that extra connection between the reader and the characters. I love it. So that happens a lot in this book. If you're not a fan of that, probably don't want to read it, but I loved it. So the second thing I loved about this book is the comedy in it. The author's comedic timing is incredible. She's so good at basically making the reader laugh at the worst times, and it's what I would call dark humor, or like black humor, where it's a situation where you should not be laughing, but that's just the kind of humor I guess the author has, and some people might not like that. I understand that, but I loved it, and it was so funny, and I was trying to be serious and then I would laugh, and it was awesome. So the comedy aspect of the book is incredible. I was actually laughing out loud, and not a lot of books can make me laugh out loud, and this one definitely did. The third thing that made me love this book so much was the fact that it was not predictable at all. Now, I don't know if that's just me being bad at predicting things, but I genuinely feel like the series of events that happen in the book are not something that a regular person could just look at it and be like, yep, this and this and this and this is gonna happen. It was not like that at all. Every single time I thought, okay, yeah, we're done now. We're like, we've already reached like the climax of the book. We're gonna calm down, like this is gonna be the resolution. No, it just kept on coming and coming, and it was great because I couldn't guess where the book was gonna go next, and I really liked that it was always just something new, and it made me a lot more excited to like continue the book and to finish it, because I just wanted to know what would happen next, because I couldn't predict it myself. Lastly, I went into this book thinking it was gonna be this lighthearted contemporary book about just a bunch of girls who like accidentally kidnap a band member and like, oh, like all the crazy things that happen. canon, which it is, but it's so much more than that. The entire time I was reading the book, I just had a lot of questions about everything in terms of like fangirls and in terms of like the whole fangirl experience and the people that we kind of just like praise. I think the author does an incredible job of getting piece by piece the exact fangirl experience, because most of the times when I fangirl, I can't even talk. It's kind of just like a series of sounds, but she kind of puts it into words that I think represented the fangirl experience really well, especially at least for me. But she did it so well that I started to question the whole concept of being a fangirl, because I started to think about how the people that we adore and the people that we fawn over are basically people that we don't know at all, and we act like we know them so much because they're in the public eye and they are in the media a lot, but in reality we don't know anything. Sure, there's scandals and things like that, but in reality we're only seeing the part of those people that they want us to see. And that's very crazy to think about, because it's possible that the person that you look up to so much in the media, or this celebrity or this YouTuber, anything like that, could just be someone completely different than what we have in our minds, and completely different from the type of person we would actually follow. And that was really cool to think about. Anyway, that is gonna be it for this spoiler-free review of Kill the Boy Band. If you like black humor or dark humor and you want something that's kind of lighthearted but also not, or something that kind of gets dark pretty quickly, I suggest reading it. I suggest reading it to anyone, honestly, especially if you are a fangirl yourself, which I feel like most people are. I'm not saying it was a perfect book, obviously there's things that could be changed, but overall, because I was just going into it expecting not much, I feel like I got a lot more out of it than I could have ever imagined. Alright, that's gonna be it for today's video. Goodbye!